Hey guys, Dan Holland here with SolutionToolbox.com. In today's video I want to talk about CMS users and how you can set them up and give them access to edit the site. So I'm sitting here on the site that I've created, and this is just the home page, and so far we're used to logging into the dev portal. So if I change this here, say dev portal, this is the interface that we're used to seeing to log in and edit the site. So if I open this here real quick, click sign in, you can see that this is the interface that we're used to dealing with. Now there's another interface for the CMS users that you might not be aware of yet, so I'm going to log out and show you that. If I just come back here to the home page, let's see here. Instead of going to /dev portal, this time I'm going to type in /admin, and you can see that it's a very similar login interface, but I'm going to go ahead and type in one of my CMS users. I call him test user, and click sign in here. But this time you can see when I log in I get hit back out to the home page, but now when I mouse over things you can see that I get this nice little dash line around some of the items here. Now what this is, these are items that I have access to edit. So for example, if I come up top here, you can see the logo is now outlined. If I click on this logo, you can see it opens up a WYSIWYG editor for us, and I can click on this image, I can delete the image. I can also come here and say insert image. Let's see here, find a new image. Go ahead and click on this guy. If we say insert, we go and hit save. You can see that the page will automatically refresh, and now I have a new image there on my page. I can open this back up and get rid of it if I wanted to. But this is a very easy way for non-technical users to come in and edit their website. Now you can see there's a couple other items I can come down here and edit. If I click on the footer, you can see this will open up in the editor, and I can begin changing the footer content. Let's see, I have an article module here. If I click on that, I can begin editing some of the articles that I've created for the site, as well as the settings for the articles. So there's a lot of good stuff here. Now I can also navigate through the site, so I can click on the About page if I want, and then edit the content for the About page. So it's a very easy way to give your website users the ability to come here and change the content without needing to call you to make basic changes. Now up top here you notice that there's a menu that I keep closing, and there's a couple things that you can do up here from the menu. You can add a new page, or you can edit the page properties. So if I click on edit page properties, you can see this will pull up the page title here, and it will also pull up the meta descriptions and the keywords for this page, and I can even change the layout that is being used for this page here. Also up here under the tools menu, we can do things like access our file manager, so we can upload files, delete files, view our files. We can also look at the forms that have been submitted. We can send out bulk email campaigns. We can manage our customers and even manage our shopping cart if we have one enabled. And then finally we can log out here. So the next thing I want to show you here is how you can create some of these users for your site. So I'm going to go back here to the dev portal and log in as the administrator. Sign in real quick. And the first thing I'm going to do is come up here to the site settings and then click on site settings. And over here you'll see a tab called CMS Users. So if I click on that, down here at the bottom I can see the two users that I have. First is the admin user that I logged in as, and the second is the test user that I logged in for the CMS side. Now if I click on roles, this will open up a little window that we can define what these users are allowed to have access to. So you can see right now that test user that I logged in as, they had access to the blog, they had access to the footer, the content areas, some custom zones, and the image rotator. Now I could grant them more or less if all I need to do is check or uncheck some of these boxes here. Now if I close this and take a look at the admin that I'm logged in as right now, you'll see that we have access to everything, including this administrator box down here. Now if I check the administrator box, they have access to the dev portal, which we're sitting on right now, so they can come in here and also create users, create templates, and so on and so forth. So to create a new user, all we need to do is come up top here and just give them a username real quick. So we can call this CMS user. Give an email address here. Come up with a quick password. And finally, a security question just in case they forget their password. And we'll go ahead and say create login. And you can see that now that pops up down here on the bottom. Now at the same time, they should have also received an email inviting them to the CMS interface. And I'll move that over here just so you guys can see it. But it pretty much says dear, and then the username that you put in. It said that they've been granted access to the CMS interface. It shows them their username and their password, and then the link to log in to the CMS interface there. So finally, the next thing that we can do is down here under the user that we just created. If we click on the roles, since we just created him, you'll see that there's nothing checked. So we're going to want to give him some privileges. So we can come down here and give him access to the blog, maybe the content, the custom zones, and even the dev portal if we want it. As soon as we say update user, now that user has access to all those features.